All right, Enrique Zoltano here, and we're talking about the word is infinity. And if we're talking about the word is infinity, then I just got to tell you all that, from here on out, Charles Bukowski is a saint. He is. I declare him to be Saint Charles Bukowski. And, Charles Bukowski says, failure is freedom. Failure is freedom. And that's, oh my God, what a man. Um, the Chinese say if you stick your head up above the rest of the plants, then it's gonna get chopped off, right? The Torah says if there are certain times when the wise man knows to shut his mouth. Um, that's why all these videos I'm making. It's like I'm not shutting my mouth, shit. But Prophet breaks all the rules. But no, I haven't heard all of his stuff, but the stuff that I've heard is just like, I felt so connected to this man. I did. He wrote this one poem, "Don't Do It," and I listened to it, and I listened to like two or three other poems before that, and at least one of them made me tear up. But I'm listening to "Don't Do It," and it's like, oh my God, it's so powerful. Um, because at one point in time he's talking about the libraries being filled with just boring writers, and I could feel the frustration in him, having read boring writers. And maybe I'm biased. Maybe he didn't feel that. Maybe I just did, and I'm projecting that onto his poem. But I've definitely felt the frustration of bad writers because it's all about the control of the publisher, and sometimes the publisher wants to get out a message, and they'll find some idiot to get that message out. And I'm reading these books sometimes, and it's like they don't even believe the shit that they're saying. They're just pushing out a message that they know they should be getting out. And but other times I'm reading a book or something. Sometimes the books are very well written, but I see the propaganda within, and it's just like, I just feel like some of these writers are sellouts, and but every now and then, I'll just come across a bad writer, and but it's a published writer, right? Like, oh my God, this is a published writer, and I'm reading this bad writing, and it is like torture, and yet I keep going, and I get more tortured, and I keep going, and it's when I read that in Charles Bukowski, it's just like the tears started flowing. It's like, uh what, it's like the question is what about this writer is appealing? And a lot of times, obviously I'll see it, but the you know shallowness of it all underwhelms me. Um, and oh my god, like oh my god, yeah, no, there's no freedom out there. Moses envisioned a craftsman society where you built your own stuff, where you were self-sufficient, right? Obedience is what we are taught, and we're within this new dystopian serfdom, and uh, I think there are going to be a lot of, I mean, people are not groups. People are not groups. Men and women and children, none of them are groups. They're all beautiful individuals, like ones who have never been before. And not all of them. There's a lot of bad drunks in the world. Um, but I believe that there's gonna be a lot of drunks in on the good side of the veil. Whatever you call that, heaven or whatever. I think there are gonna be a lot of drunks on the good side of the veil. And Charles Bukowski, failure is freedom. I hope I've failed enough for you to admire me.